This is going to be another League of Legends cast. Real quick team lineup. Malinia playing Malphite, Kors playing Olaf, Rizero playing Corki, Marcio playing Sona, Maxu playing Vigor. On the opposing team we have Procelote playing Warwick, Northern Magic playing Nunu, Grizz playing Caitlyn, Schwarmer playing Riz, and Sydney Losterot playing Taric. So both teams, we've got tanks being Malphite for blue team. And on purple team, we've most likely Nunu tanking. Our AD carries going to be Corki and Caitlyn. Let me continue with the lineup here. Check my video. I'm just going to lower the settings so I don't lag out here, hopefully. It's the hope. Or I might lag out when I change the settings. That's always great too. By the way, if you guys have any tips for how to make fraps not crash, that would be sweet. Alright, so we got some pinging down here. I'm not sure who that's from. Luckily, the perspective is Warwick, so I'm actually not going to see anyone in lane's health, which is really not fun. Hopefully it updates properly. Or actually, I guess it is Lanewick. It is Lanewick, because Nunu's jungle, so I'll be focusing on Warwick. So we have Taric here, making sure they don't get ganked. Riz adequately positioned so that if Taric does get in trouble, they've got backup. Caitlyn staying back, and Nunu. I guess Nunu's going to start at the wolf camp, and they're just protecting blue. Starting items, we got a Doran's Blade out of Caitlyn. This is good just for lifesteal. Is pretty minor, but it's still there. The 100 health is really helpful, and the plus 10 damage for killing creeps is really useful. The Doran's Ring for Warwick gives decent amount of mana regen. A lot of health, 100 health, which is always good for starting. And the 5 mana per second per second would be a lot. Boots of Speed. This is classic Nunu start with Boots of Speed and health pot. Taric, Fairy Charm, good for mana regen, and also the Quick Sight Ward. Interesting that he bought that, but he is going to be playing support, so I think that's a good choice. We see the Quick Leash. Caitlyn actually sticking around a surprising amount, doing some good damage, but nonetheless, it's going to help Nunu get it that much faster. We have Warwick already up in top. He will be the solo. This is a great solo choice because he has the large amount of lifesteal, and he has passively. I think it's a passive. Yeah, steals health on hit. So some good last hitting out of him. Malphite also great solo, just so tanky, and he has that shield that rebuffs itself. I'm surprised he's not really going for last hits so far. A little bit of a brawl. I think he knows it's kind of futile trying to fight a Warwick. In the bot, we see Nunu already starting to counter jungle. That's a very early counter jungle out of Nunu, but I think it's a right choice. He's one of the best counter junglers because his consume and his smite, he can just get stuff so quickly. And he is currently counter jungling Broloff. We have the Sona, and Corki actually found him. He's going to have to flash out of there. But, wow, around 270 health. So that was actually a really good spot on their part. So 284. He's still got blue, though. Riz. Viker's pushing pretty hard on Riz, actually. So I don't know if he's just hard pushing so he can go gank or what. But we'll see how many stacks he can get on his Q. Viker with Q is deadly. We see the sight ward going down for Taric. That's a nice position. He's going to be able to scout the red. And for that reason, it'll help Nunu with his counter jungle a lot. I think that's the main reason why Taric picked it up. It wasn't to watch for his ganks. It was to help Nunu with his counter jungle. So the heal going down was very helpful. And we see Warwick just pushing pretty hard on Malphite. I'm surprised he's pushing as hard as he is with the jungle on the other team and with no ward here, but we'll see what he can make of it. They're going to get minions are going to get some tower shots, but Malphite for the most part will be able to clean this up. Takes an unnecessary turret shot, but I mean, Warwick does have enough lifesteal that it's not that major. Take another turret shot. I mean, Warwick's obviously not very afraid of the turret just because of how much lifesteal he has. I think he's getting a little careless, but It's not that bad. We see the clarity going down on Malphite. I'm actually a little surprised he has it, but as a solo, it's always a good idea to have full mana. We see Vigor and Riz pushing pretty evenly. They both have full health, pretty full health. Mana about full for both of them. So far, decent amount of action going down. No clear pushing, no clear victories here. I really like this though, the support and AD carry on bot. I mean, they can dish out a good amount of damage, and with your oh, Tark might go down. Ooh, Tark is really low, about 55 health, and there goes first blood. Tark with the first blood. Caitlyn could be in trouble, and Warwick going down too. Wow, I can't believe I missed that. I guess Olaf went up for a gank. That's the trouble of trying to watch all 3 lanes at once. My bad. Ooh, there goes Corky though. That was a good pickup there. Nunu with the gank, with the slow. Let's see if Caitlyn back. She's got about 54 health, and by about I mean she has 54 health. So I'm pretty sure she'll be backing here. Nunu just holding the lane like any good jungler will. Malphite's getting free range as turret. He's doing a lot of damage. That I think by the time he comes up, that's gonna be. It's going to be at about half health. That's pretty dangerous for how early it is. He will have to back off those running out of minion. Oh, nope. There comes the next minion wave. Alright, so turret's going to take about 2/3 of its health from it. I don't know if it was a misstep from Warwick. I think he was pushing much too hard for the fact that he was a solo and they do have a jungler. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure 100% of these players in this game are better than me, guys. Just saying. I'm just trying to cast. Nunu going with the counter jungle again. I think he's gonna sight ward the red, and then be off. Trying to catch Broloff. Oh, another sight ward. He might go for a nope. Wraiths have not spawned. That would have been a good pickup, but it's all right. Warwick doing some alright damage to Malphite. It doesn't really matter that much. And then he's doing the smart thing. He's staying in these bushes because that way he'll see if Olaf is coming up. So in between when his minions are going to go hit the tower, I think he's going to stay here. And then he's going to go sit in the bushes. This Malphite about 2 levels. I think it's going to even up. Warwick's about 6. Yeah, so about 1 level because of the kill. And that is going to hurt Warwick. I don't think he wanted that early death. I mean, obviously he didn't want a death, but it's unfortunate. Oh, the sight ward actually does spot Broloff, but I think Nunu's pretty content with picking up blue and then maybe going to go try and counter jungle him. They know the red is up, though, so I think Nunu's well aware that he's going to be going red soon. Warwick taking some damage. Malphite taking damage too. It's interesting, he's taking a lot of minion fire, but sorry, he just backs up. So Malphite is running out of mana, and he's also running low on health, so I don't know if he's going to back. As Warwick, though, I'd also be pretty afraid of a gank at this point. He's taking damage, and he's putting a lot of pressure on Malphite, and that's generally when you see a jungle come up. So when there's a lot of pressure on the solo lane, or a lot of push. But as you can see, he does have pretty full health. Vigor and Riz just kind of just farming. They both have full health apparently, and their mana. Riz has full mana actually, and Vigor is sitting about a half mana. Warwick being a really aggressive, hyper aggressive, I would say. I mean, he does have the passive lifesteal, but there's a lot of minions there that were shooting him, and I think that's some unnecessary damage. But he is able to really just dwindle down the Malphite, which is surprising. Tark and Caitlyn being pushed back pretty far. Sona being hit by a trap, but Corky and Sona definitely have the lane dominance on Tark and Caitlyn. We see Olaf going for red. Nunu just content to do his jungle. I don't know if he's going to head down for their blue after this or what his plan is. He might go for a gank on Malphite. I would definitely see that being effective. He's low on mana, but looks like Nunu's just gonna head to his wolves. Take a sip of water. Yeah, Malphite getting a lot of minions. This is gonna be a pretty big push. There's the ult. There's the ignite. I think that was pretty premature, though. I do not think he's gonna die. I think he should have waited for Nunu or something. Oh, Nunu going for a gank on bot, actually. He's already used his escape of W. Here comes the ult. I don't know if Sona can... Oh, nice ult by Sona, just disrupting Nunu. I don't think she'll go down. And Caitlyn, I think, canceled her ult. So, that was a tough one. Professionally done ult by Sona, which disrupted Nunu's ult and probably would have killed her. So that was very well done. We're still sitting with full health and full mana. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm not 100% sure. I'm assuming Malphite backed, which is why Warwick is able to just free lane control. Broloff is actually spotted right here with a CV. There he is again. Flash actually just dodged that axe. I think it was a really nice flash by Caitlyn, perceiving that axe to be coming and flashing accordingly. I think that's one of those lesser known things, is when exactly to flash. I know in that position as Caitlyn, I wouldn't have flashed because I just don't think I would have perceived that axe coming down on me. As you can see, the healths are a little bugged because it says he's full health, but he just got hit by one of Nunu's ice balls. So, and now we see Warwick just starting to outlane Malphite. Malphite is pretty far back. They know Olaf is down there, so Warwick knows he's got a lot of lane control right now. Score is currently 1-2 at 11.5 minutes in the game, and I think Warwick is going to go for a gank on mid. Warwick, probably one of the best gankers as a jungle, because of his ult, which just suppresses them and does a decent amount of damage. But it seems Vigor's backed off, so I don't know if Vigor had low health. I can't really tell that. As you can see, bot heavily pushed. Caitlyn's going to get some good farm, though. And we see the little brawl between Malphite and Warwick. As you can see, Warwick is going to be a lot tankier than Malphite later, but Malphite is going to be a lot